Hey everybody, and welcome to The Cast with Jake. On today's episode, I bring you Cody Baxter from Avanti. We talk about the band and what they're about to release. Speaking of that, they released a new track recently called The Path Less Traveled. Be sure to check that out on all streaming platforms. They have a music video for it, so definitely go watch that. Check out their YouTube channel and all their social media. And don't forget to like and subscribe for today's video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Hey everybody, it's The Cast with Jake. Today with me I have Cody from Avanti. Cody, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about Avanti and what you guys do.
I'm Cody. I play drums in the band Avanti, and we, I don't know. I avoid the word metalcore, but we're metalcore. We like fast parts and slow parts and hard parts and heavy parts and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's cool. We play dirty jams.
You guys are like a, you want to avoid using the term metalcore, but you're just, I don't know, metalcore is just one of those malleable terms that it's easy to fall under.
Wide.
Yeah.
It encompasses a whole world, part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I have a question about Forward Fest since you're wearing a shirt. Is that something that you are a big part of?
Myself, anymore, the past couple of years, I've been more of an on-the-ground type of guy. Like, once Forward Fest is happening and the show is there, like, I'm helping run the stage. I'm helping bands get on and off. I'm making sure everybody's on schedule. I'm helping, sometimes we'll have, 2 stages, and I'll go help one. Like, me and Scott will go help run one stage, and Cameron will run the others. But lately, it's been more Cam. He's booked all the... It's scaled down this year, but he's done all the booking this year. We actually just announced day one.
Yeah.
Funny, that should be the first thing to ask.
Yeah. Hey guys, Jake here. Sorry about the brief interruption, but during the next segment, my mic cut out. Because of that, I'm going to need to fast forward a bit. So sorry about this weird cut. Cool. All right. So, back on track here. So, what do you guys got going on in the future? What plans does Avanti have either the rest of this year or the beginning of next year?
So our next plan, our thing that we're doing right now, we're about to announce Forward Fest. We've actually done day one. We're going to announce day 2 here pretty soon. Both days are in Cincinnati. All of the proceeds from Forward Fest go to, this year, they're going to the venues that that are hosting them. Because of, the whole COVID thing has a lot of venues shutting down, and in Cincinnati, I know is one of the venues that's having a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing we're raising money for them and for the Northside Yacht Club.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure y'all have played, right? Y'all have played at least one of those, right?
No, the only place that we have played in Cincinnati was at Hamilton, Ohio.
Tap outs.
Yes. Yeah, tap outs. Yeah. That was the only one. But yeah, we're excited to do the Yacht Club.
Yeah, Yacht Club is
good.
Chris runs a fantastic show.
Awesome.
Chris is a vet around here.
Really?
Or sort of our connect for that venue. Me and Q, basically. Y'all have met Q, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've met with Q a few times. We actually played a show in Evansville with him one time, which was fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But Forward Fest, and then after that, we actually just recorded a new video. And we're about to put out another song, but
cool. I'm
not gonna say the name because we hadn't announced it yet. But there's a song, and it's the heaviest song that we've ever put out.
Oh, really?
It's it's definitely got some punch to it.
Cool.
We're all real psyched about it.
Yeah. So, how much can you talk about it? Can I ask questions? This is going to be coming out in a few weeks later.
Sure.
So.
Oh, so it's coming out in a few weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be announced by then. The song is called "The Path Less Traveled." We've been closing with it on stage for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know, for a few months, and it's been like, I don't know, it just ends on this super heavy note, and like I don't know how to just go, it's super sick, because I'm like, obviously I can't play it, so like I don't know how to describe it. It gets real heavy at the end, and I love it. We're all super pumped about it. Yes. But like this new,
go ahead.
Sorry. All this new material is like we're edging a little bit more towards heavier stuff. Like we're keeping like the big chorus type thing where like we'll always be a rock band at heart, but like we've been really all digging on heavy stuff for the past year, 2 or 3. So I mean, that's what's coming out. It's just a little bit bounkier and riffier.
What have you all been listening to like get prepared for that, or I guess what is some influences that just kind of grabbed you and made you move towards a heavier sound?
Well, here's where we were. Here's us shooting along, and all of us started listening to "Every Time I Die" all at once, and it just sort of like, yeah.
I got you.
"Every Time I Die" is definitely the first one on that list. I have been really loving Greyhaven recently.
Yeah, those guys.
I don't know if. Oh, sick.
Yeah, man.
Polaris just put out a new album.
Yeah, Polaris is awesome.
Yeah. Shoot. Who else? Mainly "Every Time I Die," man. That's been the big change. Like getting Cameron to listen to "Every Time I Die," just like. Whew.
That's so strange.
We've been into that.
Like I don't
know. That's southern shit, man.
I bet you guys pull it off good. I'm excited to hear that. Oh, with how your guys' sound is mixing with that.
Dirt was the first of that chapter.
Okay. Yeah. Dirt went hard.
Kind of putting a little twang in it.
Nice. That's good to hear. So you're releasing the music. Do you guys have any tour plans, or was that just as of right now just completely cut off because of COVID?
Yeah, mostly for shows this year. So Jasmine is having a series of surgeries done. They're elective, and she's totally fine. Just she's healthy, but she's having a series of elective surgeries, and between that and the COVID, we're just taking it easy for the next while. We don't have any actual like solid like touring plans or anything like that. We don't expect to start booking tour dates again until 2021.
Gotcha.
Like, and even then, everything is so freaking uncertain. I don't know what the world's going to look like this time next year. So really, I got no idea, but we would love to amp up our touring schedule.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing like a week, 9-10 days at a time, mostly. And I think we're going to do at least 1-2 weeker next year.
Awesome.
Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. Like something a little bit more than a week, something the next step.
Yeah. Huh. So, you guys coming out with new music, you may do a tour next coming years. Are you an original member of the band?
Yes, I am. We actually have a kind of a funny story, if you would like to hear it.
Get after it.
So, I'm from around Austin. I live in one of those. You ask people, you say you're from Evansville, Indiana, right? And you're like, well, where the hell's that? And you're like, well, it's kind of a couple hours away from Louisville.
Yep.
It's a couple hours away from I lived a couple of hours away from Austin.
Gotcha.
In this little town called Salado. And I went into the Air Force after high school and met a buddy of mine there, and we started playing music. It was like a total unlikely thing to happen. We just totally ran into each other, just met completely randomly. And we started playing acoustic jams at this little hookah bar right outside the base. And then we both discharged. We both honorably discharged for medical reasons. Gotcha. The only difference between that and a medical discharge is they don't have to pay us. So that's cool.
Yes.
But Yeah, no, he was like, "Oh, well, I don't have anything going on. I'm just sort of going back to Ohio. Our band needs a drummer, though. We're trying to get like back together. Like that's what I'm going to be doing." And I was, you know what? Hell with it. I'm not in the Air Force anymore, so I don't really have any plans. So we came up here, met Cameron.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's no longer in the band. He's still super tight with the group. We still hang out with him all the time. But Cameron and I are actually the only technically original members, but Carrie and Jasmine have been there since the beginning.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I guess what's the story? What's just the story of you guys? Like, if you had to just taking it from there, how'd everybody end up where they are?
When I moved up to Ohio, to just on this random whim, I stayed at Jimmy's girlfriend's mom's house at the time.
Okay.
And me, singer of the band at the time, Ben, were just going to room there. And this just angel of a lady, Katie Adams, rest in peace, she let us stay at her house and jam out and play drums like as loud as we wanted. And we practiced there for a minute. And actually at the house, there were like 17 raccoons. Like this was, I didn't illustrate well enough that this is a weird place.
No, you
like
didn't.
This is a house at the top. Yeah.
You went from practice space to 17 raccoons, and that's just a big jump.
Yeah. They were like, so this lady, she was an angel. She was a weird angel. She was like the Pied Piper of raccoons. She would just she had all these bird houses set up all over the place, and she would fill them with food every day. And she had these little places where the raccoons could just go up and nom on their little foods. And she would sit there on the porch and, I can't remember, she would be on her laptop or something. Just raccoons would just come up and hang out with her.
That's awesome.
Totally feral. She didn't own I don't know if you can have a raccoon as a pet. I don't know if that's legal, but just totally wild raccoons just flocked to this lady, and her and her very quiet husband just sort of let us hang out and jam as loud as we wanted to, and that's how we got started.
Well, hey, that's a story, and I like it.
The woods, dude, out in the country, we are from the boonies.
Oh yeah, dude, I feel that. We just having weird places to practice at. That's builds character. That's how
never worked. Yeah, it does. Having to, what builds character is being a band from bumfuck nowhere that has to book a tour or has to book their first show in Cincinnati, which is the next biggest town, and we're just a bunch of kids. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know all the key people. We don't know the promoters. We don't know. We're not in with the in crowd. We to this day we are not in with the in crowd. I feel like we're just over here kind of doing our own thing.
I feel that, dude. I feel that so hard.
We've got our own crowd now, though. We've got Shoe and Guy and Glass World and just all these bands that we play with all the time that we're just real tight with.
Yeah, dude.
Shouts to.
That's awesome because I don't know. I feel that because that's kind of how we were. We're not technically from Evansville. We're 30 minutes outside of it, and because we're all kind of dumb. We don't get it. We're not in the scene or a part of it. Really, a big part of it. And I don't know. We created our own thing too. We have our own group of people who comes and sees us, and I think having nothing and not really starting from the bottom and having a weird place to practice at, just really wanting to do it and showing that you're doing it by practicing at that weird place is you're gonna do something.
You got I don't know, these people that are sort of I'm not gonna call any names because this seems like it has negative context on it when it really doesn't, but just it's not the same when you have these scene kind of heroes. These people have been around they've been in X, Y, and Z band. They've been around forever. Oh, they were signed once, them starting new bands. Me starting a band now in Cincinnati where I know people in Cincinnati, that wouldn't be the same as starting Avanti was.
No, dude.
There's
no way.
Started from the bottom, man. We didn't know anybody. We started in Portsmouth was our first show. Portsmouth, Ohio. If you've been to Portsmouth,
I've never been to Portsmouth.
You
you ain't missing much.
I've had some good shows in Portsmouth. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't hate the place, but sometimes I want to go to Portsmouth.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I love hearing just, I don't know, the old stories of finding ways. That's really what I want to do with this podcast, is kind of show people like, hey, a lot of people have been through a lot of shit, and there's a lot to do with it.
And there's a lot of different ways to get, like, I'm not gonna talk like we're like wildly successful or anything, but we've got some local friends. Like, we're established locally. Like,
yeah, you guys are established. I'd say you're well respected. That's why I wanted you guys on this podcast, or you, just because
I tried to get on it, but nobody could.
It's all right.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of ways to get wherever it is you want to go, I guess.
Yeah, you just gotta really want to
kind of have fun with it. Yeah. As long as it stays something that you want to do. And the best way to keep it something you want to do, the best way to stay like interested in something, like committed to something, is to enjoy it and to like keep it as something that you legitimately want to do. Because like every time we have a practice, I still get pumped. Like, we have practice after this call and I'm pumped about it. I get to go play drums. Like,
that's sweet. How you need to be, dude. You're like, I don't know, you just need to love it, because it's hard. It's a commitment. It's a whole lot. There's just a whole lot that goes into a band.
Sometimes you can't help it, but you got to do your best to not let it become work.
Yeah, no
Sometimes
kidding.
You can't help it.
No, there are times where you got to be serious, but most of the time it's fun.
Cameron's our serious guy.
You got to keep.
I'm the not serious.
I feel that. Yeah, Chad's our serious guy. And like Tyler's our not serious guy, and I'm just kind of in the middle moderating.
Oh yeah, middle child,
absolutely. So, what have you been just listening to? Like, you're just going to work your regular day. What do you playing on Spotify or Apple Music, or what do you do?
Sleep Token has been my shit lately. Have you heard them?
I've heard a lot of people talk about them, but I have not checked them out.
We were at Jazz's place, and we're listening to Spotify. We're just hanging out, listening to Spotify, and it came up just randomly, and we were listening to the song. We're like, it's the song called Higher. So if you want to listen to the first song you want to listen to Higher by Sleep Token, because we're just sort of listening along the song. We get to the end, and breakdown came, and it was just like super dumb heavy, and it was just out of nowhere, and it was totally unique like way to lead into it, and just like the whole song was just the vocalist is incredibly unique. They don't fall into the metalcore world.
Gotcha.
Like, they're not part of that family, but because there's screaming in one or two songs, and there's like they go like drop A, drop G, drop 13 heavy, just like stupid dropped guitars, and just the tone is amazing. The sounds, honestly, the thing about Sleep Token to me is just like they're making new sounds, and it's interesting to hear new combinations of noises. That's what I like about it. So I've been jamming the fuck out of them.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't heard them, but I've seen a lot of people talking about them, so I'm probably gonna have to check them out after this. But
definitely worth a look. Higher
by Sleep Token. I'll write that down.
Hell yeah.
What else you been listening to?
The stuff I was mentioning a minute ago. Grey Haven.
Yeah.
Grey Haven.
I do know them. Our new drummer Eddie had me give them a listen, and they're really fucking good.
Dirty, man. Like that's what I talk about when I say dirty. Like, it has a little twang to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they're from, but somebody's from down south. Yes. Like, one of them kids.
Somebody definitely played Pantera.
They definitely grew up on a little Leonard Skinner.
So, what bands do you think are just killing it, whether it's just the music they're writing or how they're advertising or promoting themselves, what bands to you just like really stick out?
I think like one of the most ridiculously well planned album releases that like most of us have ever seen in our lifetime, I think, is Ice Nine Kills.
Yes.
The way they put out Silver Scream, they had the Halloween song, they released it on Halloween. They had the It song, they released it when the It movie came out. They had videos prepared for all this shit. Whenever the Scream 4 came out, they put out that EP. They put out the Scream song. Like, they were ready.
I like
they put out
I like that album.
Song they put out on a Friday the 13th. Like, they knew what they had this planned out. Like, and then all of the videos go together to create like a motion picture type thing, which it's Silver Scream. It's an album about movies. So like the fact that all the videos kind of go together and fill in one story is just added to it. I thought that album release was unbelievably well done, and that shows because they shot up. Like they're big now.
Yeah. I saw that album because I've never really nothing about them had ever grabbed my attention ever. I tried to listen to them because I had a few friends that were into them, but yeah, they released the Silver Scream and a lot of people were talking about them, and I was like, well, I don't know, let's see what it's about. And I was like, oh, this is actually really, really good.
Guitar work is nuts, dude.
Yeah, it was very, I don't know, there was a lot I wasn't expecting on it. I don't know, it was just really well written, and I didn't know about the whole scheduling and how that worked out. I didn't know that at all because I heard it after the album released.
Yeah, it all came out at perfect time. Like, it was like the Friday, like I said, the Friday the 13th song came out on a Friday the 13th. Like everything coincided with, like, they couldn't have picked a better way to put out that album. And then their stage show that went along with it, and of course they're corny and they're cheesy. And they're like, everybody like loves to, make fun of that because like, I don't know, the whole emo thing is kind of fallen out of phase again.
Yeah.
But like with, Warped Tour being gone for a couple of years, I could kind of see that happening. But like, I don't know, man. I'm a connoisseur of the cheese and the corn, man. I love Trivium. I love Hobson. I love all the corny guys.
Oh, you do? Because, like, I don't know. Yeah. I thought it was corny at first, but after I really listened to that album, because I gave it a couple tries, because, I don't know, the stigma about it was real corny, but I was like, I don't know, after hearing the music and the way they did it, it's good.
Of course it's corny.
It's good.
Theatrical, but, like, it doesn't matter that it's corny because it's fucking great. Like,
but they were writing about 80s movies, so what'd you expect? They're writing about corny shit, like...
Yeah, they're Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the chick gets sucked into the bed and blood. Like, come on, you have to put that into a song. Like, it's gonna be.
Yeah, man. That's him just releasing that was a good album regardless of it all. But yeah, other corny bands like Trivium. I dig Trivium. I think their last albums or the album they just put out, some of their best stuff in a long time.
That's one of my favorite Trivium albums for sure.
Yes. Yeah, and then Hobson. I liked COVID Mansion, but that's like, I don't know. I can take or leave.
I hadn't listened to a lot of Hobson for the past couple of years, so I don't really know what like he sounds like now. But like when Ill Mind was still coming out, like 6 and 7 and 8 and all those were.
Gotcha.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed much. He's still Hobson. Like he's just doing his thing. So regionally, who would you say has been doing well?
Good question.
I know right now everybody's at a standstill, but like, or feels like it anyway.
I think Twit kills it. I think The World I Knew.
Yeah.
I think they're like, I don't know what it is about them, man. They just got something. They got some magic going on.
They do.
Like they go to Columbus and they get the same love that they get in Cincinnati. Probably more. Like I don't know. People talk about them in Columbus every time we go up there. Like, oh, that's the other Cincinnati band that we know that we're super cool with. They got something, man. They like their music is tight. Wesley is a madman. He's super good at vocal, but just his lows are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just like that full. Ugh.
Yeah, man, he is really good. They're big in Louisville too. Like everybody in the Louisville scene definitely fucks with them. So yeah. Yeah, dude.
Honestly,
they got it. Like I don't know. It's like Wesley has a good frontman appearance, a good frontman swag.
He's got the good. Yeah, I mean, with Twick, it's okay to say that for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely the right word in that situation. Like, like Alex, Max, Wesley, the other Wesley.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm blanking on the bassist name. I'm so sorry, man. I love you.
He's new, isn't he? He's a new guy.
Been in for a while. He's taking pictures for us.
Yeah, this is on you at this point. I don't know.
And just because I did this, he's gonna see this. Like he wouldn't have watched this otherwise, but now he's gonna see it.
Yeah, he's
just because I forgot his. It's on me, man.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm drawing a blank too. Like this is not coming to me.
Like it's not even on the tip of your tongue or anything. It's just gone.
Oh my God, I feel so bad about this. He's so nice. Like I talked to him a million times, but I can see his face. Nope. Anyways, Twick's killing it. Twick's doing a great job.
Dude, yeah. The World I Knew is always, I don't know, they've always had something going for them, at least since I've known of them, which I think I've known of them since like 2018 maybe. I don't know.
Been around for a minute. We played a show with them actually at Tap Outs long time ago. Crazy. They've been around about as long as we have. I think we started 2014. We played our first Cincinnati show 2015, but
gotcha. Yeah, you guys have been around for a while. That's when I graduated high school.
Yeah. I know. I'm 2013, so I'm not much older than him.
Yeah. Cool. I was wondering how old.
Avanti. I'm almost the baby in Avanti. Everybody in Avanti is 1 year apart.
Oh, really?
Like it's Bree, Jazz, Carrie, Cameron.
That's funny.
Exactly 1 year.
See, we got it's me and Tyler. I was born in April. He was born in February of the same year, and we're 24. And then like Trevor and Eddie are 22, and then Chad's almost 30. So, yeah. Grandpa Chad, dude. He's about done with our shit. Like,
if he wasn't, I would be worried.
Yeah. So, I guess within Avanti and you guys, having, I guess, some older members, was there a moment that you think of that you guys kind of really buckled down and shit kind of got a little serious?
There were several of those moments, I think. There's so much to learn when you're starting a band. You can buckle down and be like, I am 100% serious. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. You're going to do A, B, and C. You over there, you're going to LMNO. You can do that. But then a year later, you've done all those things and you know more now. And you know how to release a song now, maybe. Or maybe now you know how to book a tour. You've learned how to, especially being a DIY band, which is what most of the country, from the country bands that I know of are. Especially doing stuff yourself like that, we've had so many of those moments. The most recent was probably we went on a tour in March, April maybe of last year, and we played in Evansville. We played that show with O Sleeper to kind of kick it off.
Madison.
Yeah. My bad.
I was about to say, I feel like I would have seen you in Evansville, but yeah, it was in Madison. And
then we went through Dallas, went through Austin, went through we went kind of through a couple of small towns out in kind of South Texas. We hit Laredo, we hit San Antonio on the way back up, and it was the best. Just something about the tour, just something was in the air. We had everything was going our way. Wind was at our backs. All the shows were awesome. There were people at the shows. Like we played this one show on Thursday in Harlingen, Texas. I don't know if you know where Harlingen, Texas is, but if you know the tail of Texas down at the very bottom,
I got you.
We went to South Padre Island like that same day.
I have been to South Padre. I went on spring break there one year, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love Padre. But yeah, it was empty. We had an empty beach because it was like a rainy day. It was great. But, yeah, no, it was packed. My whole point, I get sidetracked so easily. Harlingen, just on it was packed. Like Uvalde on a Wednesday, packed. Tons of people. Just all these local bands, local shows, they were just all going well. And we like at the end of it, we were just none of us even had to say it. We were all just like, yeah, we're re-energized. We're going to go home and do some shit.
Awesome.
We came home, played a Cincinnati show like the next weekend, and it was just like we're like still dialed in. It was great. That was probably the most recent holy shit buckle down moment, you know?
I gotcha. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I love those little moments that kind of just like, oh, okay, this is actually worth doing, or this is something just make, I don't know, something that makes you want to do it more, or inspiration. It's because it's hard to get that. It's hard to get inspiration, but you also can't get it by doing nothing. It's just not going to happen. You got to keep letting shit just fuck up until it works, and then you just ride with it once it starts.
Sometimes that, like I was saying earlier, like you can't let it become work, but sometimes it just is hard to get that motivation. Like sometimes you just like nobody's feeling it, and just like the general vibe is just like not as awesome, and just I don't know. Sometimes you just like need that push.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see what else. When writing a song like with Avanti, is there like a certain formula you guys follow, like a certain way? Because I know, used to we would have like, I don't know, Tyler would write something, send it to us, and then we'd build off of that. Yeah. But do you guys have anything like that?
It kind of depends on the song. Like most of the songs I will bring, like I play guitar and I sing. I'll like bring in most of a song. I'll bring in like a bunch of ideas in a series, like a half-written song or like a song with intentional parts missing, and I'll come in and we'll just jam it out, or like I'll show Cameron first and Cameron will write parts to it. And usually there's like I'll bring a baby song, and like by the time everybody in the band knows the song, it's evolved. Everybody's kind of touched it, and once it gets to Jazz and Carrie for doing vocals, like they'll usually kind of put their own spin on whatever I had written, and by the end of it, it just sort of comes together like that. But some of them, we've got, I guess The Outside is the most recent time we did this. We just jammed it out. Cameron had this riff, and we did that riff, and he was like, all right, well, I got this riff. Like, all right, that one too. And we just sort of like old school garage banded it. Like,
gotcha. Hey, that's
every now and then.
How you gotta do it. Sometimes just doing it the old garage band way, it works, and I don't know, there's a different feel to it.
You want a guitar solo in a song? Jam it out. Like, yeah. You want to put a guitar solo? Jam it out. Like, let the guy figure it out.
All day. That's how long it's gonna take.
I love guitar solos.
I do too.
Guitar solos are like, they're kind of cool again. They're kind of coming in. They're like cooler than they were a couple years ago, but like,
yeah, they're still kind of like, I don't know if I fuck with that like type. Like,
you got to do it tastefully now, and you got to be fucking good.
Yep.
Like,
can't just hit a slash, man. Like,
nobody digs on slash. That's like, I hate it too because I'm such a blues fan.
Yeah.
Love, like, that's how I came up. So like, I don't know, that like soulful type of stuff that'll fly sometimes. But you got to be like really good now.
Yeah. I don't know. We're also at a time where like everybody has access to something, and there's a lot of musicians and a lot of watered down stuff, and it's just been done before, and it's hard to find an original way to do stuff because
Yeah, Sleep Token, that comes to mind. But what I was gonna say is like, what I like about metal and metalcore, I guess, is more what I'm talking about. But what I like about metalcore today, 2020, is that all the gimmicks are pretty much played out.
Yes.
Like Ice Nine, like, is the most recent like gimmick band, but even they're fucking good. Like their instrumentation is still great.
Yeah.
Like all the gimmicks are dead. The emo thing, nobody rides on that anymore. Like the I've Warped Tour or whatever. Like all that's just sort of past. So like what's rising to the top now to me is the shit that's just good. Mm-hmm. Like Greyhaven, Polaris is another band that came out. While She Sleeps is another band that's just the stuff that is good. Like it's just metal, and some of it has other stuff in it, and some of it doesn't. But the stuff that's rising to the top right now, to me at least, is just like,
yeah. I definitely
a whole lot
think
of
you're
short.
right with that, man. Like, just I don't know, because I agree the emo thing's played out, and like the only way I see people getting away with it is in like trap now, like people like Trippie Redd doing shit like he does, and I don't know, he can get away with it because it's new there, but
yeah, emo lives now. Like it's over there now. They can have it for a while, and it'll, I don't know, shit's cyclic. It'll probably come back here.
Yeah,
but that world right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Metal is in a weird state, just because I think you're right. There's no real gimmicks like besides like Ice Nine Kills, but I can't really think of anybody doing a new gimmick. Like obviously Slipknot has like their masks, and so does Mushroom Head, but like that's not even a gimmick anymore. That's just them.
Yeah, like 90 whatever. Like I'm thinking about like new bands, the bands that are coming out and putting first albums now. Like the new music that's coming out, the new metalcore of 2020, like it's just tight. Like that's the only rule. Like you just got to be good.
Got to be tight. Got to be Because I mean, Northlane's album did really good too, and I mean they're not a band that has a gimmick. I can't.
But they had album was totally like thematic, and it just had this sort of like a video game loading screen for like Mortal Kombat, but also metal.
But like PS2 version. Like there was like, I don't know, there was something about it that was just really tasteful. It was just
energy.
It just it had that good energy going on it. Yeah, but I'm still trying to think of anybody doing anything in metal that's even gimmicky, and I really can't. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we just need a good fucking cringy gimmick.
I keep talking about Sleep Token, but they keep coming up. They are a gimmick band for sure, but they sort of also don't fall under the metalcore umbrella to me. So it's like, I don't know.
Their gimmick?
They're another mask band. They haven't announced their. Oh, you know who is a gimmick band? Oh, was until they sort of got a little bit more serious. Bro Job.
Yeah.
Regionally.
I mean, they are still writing songs about dicks, so they're still pretty gimmicky. Like,
Cold Harbor is their serious. Well, some of their serious band is Cold Harbor.
Yeah,
and they're really. They also love the super slow, jagonk metal. I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, I mean that's
jagonk metal.
Jagonk. I mean that's a good term for it. Yeah, I like Cold Harbor and their releases there. I'm glad that they have their success with Bro Job, and I'm also glad that they have a more serious thing because they are very talented. They're really good, but just sometimes I can't not hear the dick word. Like
I just don't want to like. You just peed on yourself. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. Like,
I just want to be grumpy. Let me be grumpy.
Jacob's sick. The other Jacob Wallace, that dude.
The best.
Ugh. Yeah, his vocals are gnarly, nasty, all the gross words.
Yeah. I don't know. I think out of like younger deathcore bands, he's definitely one of the better ones. Like if any vocalist that I can think of, like him and the dude from Left to Suffer are the two like bands that are like growing that I just see like I hope they get the recognition they deserve.
Yeah. Marley. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of Left to Suffer.
They're really
I'm really not. I'll give them. Wait, they were supposed to play the Bro Job release show.
Yes.
That you were on and that we were on and got canceled.
Dude, that was the worst. I was so upset.
Ah, man. We were, for anybody listening, I guess, Born Confidence and Avanti and Put to Rest and a couple others were all on this show with Bro Job and Left to Suffer, and it was supposed to be great. It was going to be huge. Everybody was going to be there. Everybody was pumped about it. Didn't happen. Started getting sick.
So sad. I was so sad when Jacob was like, yeah, we're not doing it. I was like, I hate that I knew that we weren't going to do it, but I just wanted to have that little bit of hope.
Yeah. We had one show not cancel. We had, it was a couple, not this last weekend, but the weekend before that, we played in Columbus. And just this, it was an outdoor show. If you were inside, it was masks. Mask had to be on. Just playing a show, honestly. Everybody, like, there was no drama. There was no bullshit. Everybody was just pumped to be there. Like, every band that was there, they were just happy to be playing a show. Yeah, and that was pretty good.
That's awesome. That's how it needs to be. Is just like, feels good to be here and, I don't know, not do any dumb nonsense or anything. I think
beefing, nobody looked at anybody's girlfriend the wrong way. Like, it was just cool. Like, it was cool.
Yeah, dude. So do you think Forward Fest is going to be like that, where when we go inside we're going to have to wear a mask?
Probably. I mean, it's just going to what DeWine wants to do, like the governor, but like I guess. I mean, there's going to be outdoor parts. I think both shows are 2 stages.
Yeah.
I think. That's a Cameron question. I guess I should know this.
The one that we're on, the first day, there's 2 stages. I know that for a fact because I got the lineup card to make sure that we make it there on time.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited about that. Yeah, I think it's honestly, I expect sort of the same because Cuapalooza is happening right after Forward Fest because we had to move Forward Fest in August because of the timing of Jasmine's surgery. So we had to move it up. And so it's like one weekend after another. And we were just like, oh, do you think that's going to get in the way? Do you think that's going to, we're going to tear away their crowd or anything like that? And we're sort of just thinking like the people that are going to come out are going to come out to every show that they can.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of shows in Cincinnati back to back. Like, let's get them in while we can before everything shuts down again.
Yeah. Oh, man. We may just get shut down again or like right before this is supposed to happen. And
say that.
But if it happens, that's how it's going to.
Yeah.
Just ain't been the year, man. But one thing I am excited about, Louisiana Lot Lizards is on that show. Have you seen them?
Bro.
You've seen them.
Of them. Yeah. Joey is my dude. And Adam. I don't know all that well, but Joey and Adam are fucking great. I love them.
I didn't get to talk to them that much, but they played our album release show in Indianapolis, and yeah, they murdered it. Those guys.
Good luck going on after them.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like, that's what we were like. We were headlining, and like they were on like 3rd, and then there was a 4th band, and then us, and like they went on, and we were just like, oh shit, like. Those guys have an unmatched energy. Like I'm happy. I'm comfortable with my performance. I know I'm confident in it, but that like those guys are about it 100%.
Yeah. I love it. And Adam has a Jackson Dominion, which is like my favorite guitar ever. And he's the only guitar player in the scene that has one. every time I see it, and he never plays it anymore. And it makes me a little sad, but he has it. That's something I like about Lot Lizards. They have that twang. They have like they're a lot more punky about it, but they got that. I don't know. They got a little bit of the South in them.
They're Southern punk. I love it.
They're nasty. I love it. I want them to come out with more music because Back to the Lamp was. I don't know if you heard their most recent EP, Back to the Lamp, but once again, awesome.
Good angry shit.
Angry, fast. Like I'm a sucker for like anything just fast, loud. If it just like fast and loud and rude and like I don't care if it's a little bit less than perfect studio quality. Like I like punk. I like fast.
I got you.
I want to go fast, Dad.
I want to go fast. I have another question about Forward Fest. So is actually you already answered that. I just thought of it. That was a waste of time. Sorry. I was gonna be like, what does the proceeds go to? But you told me it already goes to the venues. So yeah. Anybody?
Yeah, we gotta look out for the scene.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys have a bigger scene than Evansville has, by the people who come out to your shows and just in bands in general and bands of quality too. Because they're like, I don't know, Evansville has bands, but not a lot of bands that try. Which every scene needs just some bands like that are kind of there. But I don't know. I feel like we lost the only venue that we had that regularly had shows. So seeing you guys doing this for your guys' venues is really cool, and I hope it works and that they stay open because it's pretty fucking rough over here in Southern Indiana.
That sucks, man. We've tried to. I'm pretty sure I've hit you up about a tour date before. Like, hey, can we in Evansville? You were like, yeah, but good luck.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, man. Like we can get a show because we're from there and people know like we can do it, but it's hard to be like, hey, I have this out of town band and they're good. It's like, well, do they have pull? And I'm like, well, probably not in Evansville because nobody plays Evansville. I don't know. Evansville's a weird place.
You let them play a show and you let them play a show regularly, they're gonna get pull. Like,
dude, I don't know. It's Evansville's a big cover band bar city. Like,
yeah, that's kind of Portsmouth.
Yeah, it's like they don't want. I don't know. Like, we'll occasionally have like fucking. Oh wait, we got Buck Cherry coming. That's badass. But like,
is that still badass? Is Buck Cherry still?
Yeah, no, they're still a thing. They're playing at like the most. I don't know the venue you just expect. Like I don't know, just the ones that like the middle-aged dads go to, and they got their bedazzled jeans and they rolled up in their trucks listening to Five Finger Death Punch, and yeah, that's where Buck Cherry's playing. It's. I want to go. I just want to see what the fuck happens. Like,
I saw like half a Buck Cherry set once. Like I was living in San Antonio. It was actually when I was in the Air Force. I don't know why I keep saying that. But I don't know. I came in on Sorry, so that was like the first thing I saw was Sorry by Buck Cherry.
Lovely.
Like, yeah, and he's not a good singer.
No, he is not. He's so bad live.
Like, I think he's just kind of bad in general, but like bad live. Jerry, if you,
they're not gonna see this. That'd be like, I don't know. That'd be like shit talking Trapped. We might get a response from Trapped if we shit talk hard enough. But
Trapped, jump on that.
Yeah, just like everybody else. Like,
the coolest thing to fuck with Trapped now. Not to be a hipster or anything, but he was mad at me in a comment section in like 2015. Like,
yeah, hey,
asshole, whole time.
I don't know. I don't know why that dude is doing what he's doing. Like, he's like, I know he's probably just like, I have nothing else to do, and this gets me tons of mentions a day. But I don't know. Like, well, I guess they probably have had bunch of, because I don't know, you could probably see it as them, just the way they are and the fans that they have, and picking on the fucking scene nerds, like like I bet they're just getting some kind of influx of people who are like, yeah, fuck them scene kids or something.
I don't know. I bet you Headstrong is getting listened to. I bet you that's
by Chris.
I bet you that's been back on the radar a little bit more recently. But other than that, I don't know if they're getting a whole lot out of this.
Yeah, probably not. They're probably getting a lot more shit. Lot more shit.
Internet for me, but whatever.
He seems like he loves it, so I guess just keep doing it. But I don't know. I see somebody do it, and I'm like, man, why are you making a post about it? Like, it's one thing to just go in there and be like, hey, fuck you. Like, but I don't know, to make a post, it's like, well.
Do you know Sarah Tolley?
Yes, I saw her shirt made.
Shut up, Stinky.
Oh, man. I think she was one of the, first ones to actually make
legend.
Yeah, just do something to where it's like, oh, that's funny to fuck with him, but I don't know. It's just been going on now for way too long. We just need to let him die.
Yeah, let him roll off the table again. He needs to chill.
Yeah, he really does. But hey, man, it's about that time. We're rolling up on 52 minutes here, and so it was a pleasure talking to you. And,
yeah, man. Good talk.
Yeah, dude. We'll see you in August. Is there anything you want to say before you go? Any shout outs? Anything?
I love Louisiana lot lizards of the lot. That's it. That's all I got.
Hey, I'm okay with that. But all right. Well, take it easy and have fun at practice, man.
Adios, man. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you. Thanks for checking out today's episode with Cody from Avanti. They just released some new music, so make sure to go out and jam it. I will also be releasing a statement this week about the cast with Jake and where we're going from here. So be sure to keep an eye on the channel, tune in for that, and tune in for our next episode with Jordan Ruse of 97X, Owensboro's Best Rock. Until then, have a great week. Be sure to enjoy yourself.